Hey everyone, today we're diving into one of the most important yet often overlooked aspects of the golf swing. It's called the kinematic sequence. Now, if you're ever wondering how professional golfers generate so much effortless power and consistency, the answer lies in this concept. The kinematic sequence, essential to the order and timing in which different parts of your body move during the golf swing. And then when it's done right, it's like a perfectly timed chain reaction. So let's break it down. The golf swing is a rotational movement, and the power comes from the ground up. The ideal kinematic sequence starts with the hips, then moves to the torso, then to the arms, and finally the club. Think of it as like cracking the whip. Each segment builds on the speed from the one before. So here's how it works. The downswing begins with the hips. So everybody wants to drop their arms down here without moving their hips or upper body. It starts with the hips. So when you turn your hips, you're not turning your upper body. What you're doing is you're making like a coil effect from your hips to your upper body, so it's twisted. But your upper body is still, your torso is facing this way, but your hips are still coming out. So now your torso is all cranked up and ready to roll. This separation is key, and it stores energy, like I said, like a coiled spring. And then after your hips, it's going to be the torso. The torso follows. Once the hips start to rotate, the torso begins to unwind. But here's the trick. It lags just a bit behind the hips. This lag creates even more torque and transfer energy up the chain. Next comes the arms. The arms drop into that slot that everybody talks about, bringing their clubs down, getting in that slot, and then boom. So when the arms drop into that slot, it begins to accelerate, riding the wave of energy that started with the hips. They're not muscling the swing, they're just along for the ride, so to speak. And finally, it's the club release. The club release is the last piece in the puzzle, and it's the fastest moving part of the sequence, and it should whip through the ball with maximum speed after everything else has already done its job. When the sequence is timed correctly, you get more club head speed, better ball striking, and less strain on your body. But when it's out of sync, say if your arms start to downswing instead of your hips, you lose power, consistency, and often end up compensating with poor mechanics. Now, here's the cool part. Every great ball striker, regardless of swing style, follows this same sequence. So you're out there with Rory McIlroy, Nelly Korda, Tiger Woods. Their swing may look different, but the underlying kinematic sequence is the same. So how can you improve on these? You can improve on these by doing slow motion drills to feel the proper order of the movements, which actually I recommend that one highly, especially when you look into a mirror. Do it looking into a mirror. Try resistance bands. Resistance bands will give you that separation between the hip and torso, and it will train it better. And if you have access to a launch monitor, that's even better, a 3D motion capture, you could actually see the sequence and measure your ball speed and all that good stuff. To wrap it up, the kinematic sequence is the secret sauce behind the powerful, efficient golf swing. Master the sequence, and you'll not only hit farther, you'll swing more effortlessly, stay injury-free, and you'll be a better ball striker. And so, thank you for watching. I'm Lance Cunningham, signing off.